Welcome to my channel Lenovate. In this video, we will going to discuss about the nervous regulation of the blood pressure and the blood flow throughout the circulatory system. As we all know that the central nervous system having a major effects on the regulation of the blood flow and blood pressure through some of the respiratory centers and the cardiovascular centers that are located in the medulla and the central nervous system. Here in this diagram you can see the respiratory centers and the vasodilator, the vasoconstrictor centers are located at the level of the brainstem, and they affect the blood pressure and the vasoconstriction and dilatation throughout the blood vessels in the circulatory system. The central nervous system mostly acts through the autonomic nervous system, and the autonomic nervous system, as we all know, include the two type of nervous system, that is the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system will going to act through a sympathetic chain, that is a paravertebral level chain, and it's going to affect on the construction and the conducting output rate of the blood vessels, while that of a parasympathetic will act from the vasomotor center by a way of vagus nerve, and it will act on the blood vessels, on the heart and the certain vasoconstrictor areas in the circulatory system. So by the flowchart manner, we are going to discuss the three effects of the central nervous system on controlling the blood pressure. These effects include the baroreceptor reflex, the chemoreceptor reflex, and the atrial band bridge reflex, the most important reflex. So starting from the baroreceptor reflexes on the an effect on the atrial pressure. So in this flow chart here you can see this is showing the regulation of blood pressure by the baroreceptor. If there is a disturbance in the blood pressure, for example, if there is an increase in the blood pressure, that is the positive stimulus for the baroreceptors. The baroreceptors that are located in the atrial wall of the heart are stimulated, and when these baroreceptors are stimulated, they will going to send the signal through the cranial nerve 9, that is the glossopharyngeal, and cranial nerve 10, vagus nerve, to the nucleus tractus solitarius. This nucleus tractus solitarius is located in the central nervous system at the level of the brainstem. Now this nucleus tractus solitarius from the brainstem will going to affect on the two pathways. It will going to stimulate the vasodilator areas. It will going to stimulate the vasodilator area, and the other effect is the inhibition of the vasoconstrictor area. This is the another effect of the stimulated nucleus tractus solitarius. So the two signals are passing to inhibit the vasoconstrictor area and to stimulate the vasodilator area. First, we are going to see the inhibition of the vasoconstrictor area reflex. What happens when the inhibition of vasoconstrictor areas in the medulla have occurred? There will be a decrease in the vasomotor tone, and when there will be a decrease in the vasomotor tone of the blood vessel, there will be a dilatation of the blood vessels, because the vasoconstrictor areas are inhibited. So the vasodilator areas will going to cause the dilatation of blood vessel. And here also, if we take the step from the stimulation of vasodilator area, there will be ultimately the dilatation of the blood vessel, and there will be a decrease in the heart rate, cardiac output, and decrease in the blood flow. That is the bradycardia can be seen, decrease in the heart rate and decrease in the cardiac output. So ultimately what happens, the dilatation of blood vessel has occurred, and the decrease in the cardiac output and the bradykinesia has been occurred. So the ultimate effect will be occurring as the normalizing of the blood pressure, that we can see is the maintenance of homeostasis has been achieved. The blood pressure will going to decrease by the bradykinesia and decrease in the cardiac output or the dilatation of blood vessel. So there will be a decrease in the blood pressure, that is a normal blood pressure has been achieved. The stimulus, that was the increase in blood pressure, will going to normalize. So in this way the baroreceptor will going to act on the arterial blood pressure. Now we are going to see the effect on the regulation by the chemoreceptors. The chemoreceptor that assists the chemical stimulus. Any of the change in the chemical concentration throughout the blood vessels or throughout the blood will going to stimulate the chemoreceptors. For example, in this scenario, there is a disturbed pH, or there is a decrease in the oxygen concentration or increase in the carbon dioxide concentration that is lethal to the body. So what happens, there will be a given stimulus to the chemoreceptors. The chemoreceptors that are located at the walls of the atria and at the certain levels of the circulatory systems will going to stimulate. And these chemoreceptors will ultimately going to have effect on the three characteristics. Here you can see three effects of the chemoreceptors when they are stimulated. First, they will going to increase the cardio-acceleratory area. They will going to stimulate the cardio-acceleratory area, and what happens? The increase in the cardiac output and increase in the blood pressure can occur, and there will be an increase in the pH and increase in the oxygen concentration, because when the cardiac output increase, there will be more and more oxygenation of the blood through the heart, and increasing the blood pressure increases the pH. So there is a normalization of the homeostasis. The vasomotor area is also going to stimulate it, and when the vasomotor area will going to stimulate it, it will cause the increase in the vasomotor tone, that is the constrict and partial state of constricted blood vessel. The vasomotor tone is increases and the blood vessel going to more and more constrict, and then what happens ultimately is the vasoconstriction of the blood vessels. The third action of the stimulated chemoreceptor is on the respiratory centers. The respiratory centers in the medulla will going to stimulate it, and these respiratory center will going to increase the respiratory rate. And when the respiratory rate of the lungs increases, there will be an increase in oxygenation and decrease in the carbon dioxide level, because there will be a more exchange of the air through the respiratory tract. And ultimately these three conditions, that is the effect from the cardio-acceleratory area, increase in the pH, increase in the oxygen, vasoconstriction of the blood vessel occur through the increase in the vasomotor tone and increase in the oxygen concentration and decrease in the carbon dioxide concentration because of the increased respiratory rate. These three effects will going to ultimately cause the normalized pH, that is a normal pH, normal oxygen concentration, and the carbon dioxide level become normal in the blood, and in this way the pH is maintained through the chemoreceptors of the blood in the circulatory system. So this was a very simple flowchart for you guys to be remember easily, that what is the effect of the chemoreceptors in the circulatory system. So the atrial band bridge reflex will be discussed in the next part. Thank you for watching.